most of the time, governors, when they come into office, they get lost. And when they get lost, they get sworn away from what they had in mind. And then you will see a governor say what he should do, and he won't do it. And I'm referring to this road. This road has been a nightmare for every one of us, and especially for my constituents, because they all live in Abia and come home weekends. Then after a while, it was very, very difficult. When they invite us for things here, we always suffer to come this place. So, Your Excellency, you have done what we all expect you to do. Why I say that we expect you to do, because at the time that it was election time, we all said you must go there, and you have not disappointed us. Looking forward to May, when you will commission the roads inside Abia, because I've already been invited, and I'm looking forward that famous Port Harcourt road in Abia will become, and we could become even better than this one. Thank you, and may God bless all of us.
Governor of Abia State. Everything I have heard said about you here today has been very complimentary. You are a man of your word. You are a go-getter. You are a performer. You are a man who says no to what is bad and yes to what is good. You are an example as a leader. And let me tell you this. You said you have had leaders before, governors before. You are right. But one thing you must know is leaders don't flock. They don't. And when you get a good leader, like you have got in Dr. Alex Uti, let us make good use of him. I had to run back from London 3 days ago so that I could come. Because the governor's order for me must be obeyed. And when he said jump, I will say I will have. And that is all that you have. Just this road, you are all talking about it. I've gone on it. I went on it to Abiriba. It was hellish. And when I was told that the road you have done will get me from Umuahia to Abiriba in minutes, I said, this man called Alex Oti is a miracle worker. How can you make it possible? The road that took me a half year and not too long, you make it possible for 45 minutes. Governor, more grace to your elbow. And if you call me 10 times, I will answer you 12. Because I appreciate what is good and want to encourage what is good to continue to be good or even better. And what this proves to all of us is that the situation that we are in today that is bad can be made good even tomorrow. Because you have had the experience here and you are all witnesses to it. We don't need to languish in poverty. We don't need to languish and want. All we need to do is to make sure that at every level you have the right leaders with the right team. Because the leader alone is not enough. We must have the right team to work with him. And we have seen this since yesterday. You have the Commissioner for Health. We saw what you are making him to do and what you are doing together. And today, we see Commissioner for Works. We see what you are making him to do and what you are doing together. So a good lead needs a good team. And again, if you look hard and look wide, we do not have deficiency of good team, members of good team. You can get them for Nigeria, for Africa, if only we will look hard and go for what is best for us. When I came, I asked the governor, I said, because I cannot forget my old constituency, the military. And I said to the governor, are there some of my colleagues, old and new and probably existing, that come from the four local government that this road has traversed? And you mentioned Ikenwaju, that is from this area. You mentioned Ndubisi camp, that is also from this area. And you mentioned Ebitu. I said, of course, these are all my former colleagues of whom I am very proud. And those of them that are still alive, and those of them that are gone, those of them that have gone, they are so rest in peace. And those of them that are alive will be happy to hear of what you are doing. And wherever I see them, I will report them and say, I am an witness of what you are, and keep doing what you are doing. I thank all of you who have testified the good work. But let me just refer to the point made by Senator Chris Adihiri. Senator, I look among the lawmakers and at the national and state level, past and present, commissioners, you seem to be the oldest. And when I talked to the governor said, I got it right, you are already 80. I said, 80 what? He said, 80. I said, this is small boy. It's a small boy. Because last month, I was officially 88. Only last month. But age is only a number. What matters is what you do when you are able to do. Some years back, many years back, a doctor of mine was celebrating 65th birthday in London. And I decided to take him to dinner in celebration of his birthday. And then I asked him, I said, Herbert, in your 60 years of age, any regret? And he said to me, Olu, you know, I've never thought about it. Now that you asked me this question, you only regret what you should have done when you are able to do it, which you did not do, and which you are too old to do. And if you judge regret by that. I have no regret. Because there's nothing that if I should do when I was in a position to do it, that I did not do. I won't say that I succeeded with everything that I tried to do. And that is what my brother, Dr. Alex Oti, is following. You will not have any regret in your life. I come back to Senator Chris. And you say you are APC, but you support him. For me, the political party is not a platform. What matters is the quality of the man. And the quality of Alex Oti is a good quality. I think one of my brothers was saying, well, when the time comes for election, well, when the time comes for election, my advice to you is don't change a winning horse. Senator Chris, I still come back to you.
Oh, shit.
Governor, in 22 years you have done 45 kilometers. In 22 months, sorry. In 22 months you have done 45 kilometers, is it? Okay.
Just here.
On that of road. You are no, that's all right. He has completed 20, which we are commissioning today. And Senator Chris said, you must do another 45 kilometers before you end your first term. Agree or not agree?
As always.
You see, octogenarians must come together. And as we were saying when we were coming, it is possible. And why is it possible for you? One, you have an idea of what you want to achieve when you came in. Two, you did not come for transitional or transactional and waste and corruption because you were contented. And if you can avoid corruption and waste, even in hard times like this, you can still make enough to be able to do the type of thing you have been doing. May God continue to give you the wisdom, the ability, the capability to do what you are doing. Well, my Lord spiritual, my Lord temporal, traditional leaders, here we are. Yesterday, as I said, the governor gave us or manifested to us what he's doing for the welfare of the people in the area of health delivery. And if you are healthy, you are strong, and now you can move easily from one part of the state to another with all your goods, then the economic development and enhancement of the state is assured. So let us make use of these opportunities of transportation, ease of transportation, to enhance individual economic life, local economic life, state economic life, and national economic life. Because That is what is the utmost, or ultimate and utmost idea of what this is meant to achieve. Now, I want to stay to the governor. Thank you for inviting me. I think I've told you once before that some people who like me, they call me chief. And I got my first chieftaincy title here in Abia State. I was given the title of Oji Amarachi of Umuahia. I don't know whether I pronounce it correctly. Right? And it was after that that I started chieftaincy title, honorary degrees, and all other things. So this is my beginning. So when you invite me, I will come. So now that we have agreed that there will be another 45 kilometers of road before the end of your first term, don't forget to invite me. Senator Chris, if he forgets, remind me. And two, on a very serious note, the good people of Abia State. Normally, we human beings, we don't appreciate the good things when we have them until we don't have them again. This one we have appreciated. Let us encourage him. I will continue to give encouragement, whatever it takes. It will be behind you. And when you look back, you will see me behind you. It doesn't matter what anybody may say about you. Provided you are performing, it is because you are doing well that they are talking about you. If you are not doing well, they will ignore you. You will be. For me, when people say anything about me, I just want to know who said it. And when I know who said it, I want to know what he was eating, what he has eaten, and what he expects to eat. Then you can't place him where he should be placed. I'll give you an example. This morning, somebody phoned me and frantically, and he said, "Oh, won't you refute?" I said, "Refute what?" He said, "Somebody has said something that I know you didn't say." I said, "Who has said it? What did he say?" So he sent me an email, and it said that man, a good boy, Abiriba, who is a comedian. And you know the life of a comedian is that of telling lie to earn a living. So Abiriba had to tell lie and use my name. But he came to me and I asked him to do this, what I didn't ask him. But he had to earn a living. So the comedian. And then of course, the man phoned me and said, "Oh, I've read it, it's Abiriba." Yes, you should know Abiriba is a comedian. And the comedian tells lie, fake stories to earn a living. And Abiriba must earn a living. And his earning will even be enhanced if he can tie his story with anybody that will make his story sound believable. So Governor, whatever anybody may say about you, remain focused. Do what you tried, and God will continue to be with you.
A round of applause for His Excellency Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, the only Baba we know. God bless you today, tomorrow, and forever. Oh, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for is right here and now. I'd like to invite the most performing governor of our time. A governor Abians and non-Abians are happy to have lead there. A governor who is indeed operating on the wings of grace, and that is why we're witnessing back to back success stories just within a space of 22 months. I'd like to invite our dear Governor and Father, indefatigable leader, the man who has continued to review, retrofit, re-galvanize, do all the necessary things that the people asked him to do. Our dear Governor, Dr. Alex Oti.
Please be seated. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Olusegun Obasanjo, CFR. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me stand on the already established protocols. I want to start by thanking God Almighty for making today possible. And early in the morning, the Commissioner for Works called me and said, "Oh, it's been raining in the last few days." I assured him it wasn't going to rain today. I'm sure he was wondering where I was getting my powers from. So thank God that he answered our prayers, because we spoke to him and he said it wasn't going to rain today. And he has exactly done that. So we must thank him. I also like to thank His Excellency, our father here, General Olusegun Obasanjo. Don't forget he was a general. And once a general, always a general. I want to thank you, our daddy, for the very wonderful words, for your very kind comments, and for your commitment to support us. One thing you can take for granted is that as your children, we will strive to do the right things. We are not perfect, but one thing you can take to the bank is that this administration, which you have supported right from inception, even before the election in 2015, you, after wondering why I was going to leave my exalted office as the CEO of a tribal bank, and after I had convinced you, you blessed me and you have been behind me since then. I remember you also made an attempt to get something like a semblance of peace in 2023 in this place. And the people I was contending against thought they had it all wrapped up and didn't want the peace that you asked for. But then we are very peaceful people, and since we came in, we have refused to be distracted. We have also refused to chase real or imaginary enemies, because we don't have enemies. People may have ambitions. People may want what you have. That doesn't make them enemies. It's their right to want to have what you have. But it is also our right to continue to keep what we have. I have titled my short speech, "The Courage to Do the Right Thing." Governments exist to set the economic and social trajectory of the society through its policy choices and patterns of public expenditure. Poverty and prosperity are in the hands of the government, and whichever path it chooses is reflected in how it directs public resources. Every community, as we know it, has the resources and structures that can give it broad economic and social advantages when developed and put to good use. The hard work of creating a favorable environment for managing the advantages within an economy, whether large or small, is why governments exist. Our dear state of Abia is blessed with an extensive array of natural and human resources that confer distinct advantages on us. It is unfortunate that for decades, not much was done to address the structural obstacles that impinge on the productivity of our factor inputs. We suffer the misery of poverty, unemployment, and mass migration of our young people for the simple reason that the right structures were not put in place to accelerate the rapid socioeconomic development of our communities. We came to office with a resolute determination to address decades of infrastructural deficit and ill devastation on our progress. Beyond just fixing roads and other infrastructure needs, our overarching governance goal is to create wealth for the people by opening up our community to the wonders of investments, production, and trade. As I have stated repeatedly, Abia have no business with poverty or unemployment, in view of the fact that we have large expanse of fertile agricultural land. This is in addition to the creative ingenuity of our men and women, a rich history of cross-border trade, and an adventurous spirit that cannot be held back by fear or disappointment. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me happily welcome you to the formal commission of the 46.3 kilometer, it's actually 43.6 kilometer, sections 1 and 2 of the reconstructed Umuahia, Uzoakoli, Mba, Umuahia, Isikwado, Alai, Ibere to Abiriba. I wish to especially thank our father, His Excellency, President Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, and his entourage for joining us for this all-important exercise. There are no words to fully capture the measure of our gratitude to President Obasanjo, who has been in the state since yesterday, supporting us in our various development initiatives, particularly in the health sector, where the state is partnering with this foundation to support our brothers and sisters with hearing impairments. The fact that Abia was chosen by the Olusegun Obasanjo Foundation to benefit from this humanitarian endeavor speaks to the depth of love our former president has for the great people of Abia. We thank you, Your Excellency, for agreeing to come in person to commission this route to the greater glory of the Almighty God and for the benefit of mankind. You may recall that when we flagged off this project on February 7, 2024, I announced that we had chosen 3 reputable construction giants to guarantee timely completion. I'm glad that the contractors clearly interpreted our interpretations and deployed the necessary resources to achieve the target. Our core strength as a government, beyond the prudent application of public resources, is the ability to plan and the discipline to follow through on our well-laid plans regarding project execution, timely payment of verified claims to vendors, and a flair for effective supervision so as to protect the long-term interest of taxpayers. I would like to announce today happily that the 2 contractors that have delivered the 46.3 kilometer route are not being owed 1 kobo. The remaining part of the contract, Section 3, being executed by CCECC from Abiriba all the way to Umuahia, will be ready very, very soon. And the contractors will also be paid, and commissioning will happen in no distant future. Today's commissioning ceremony is an eloquent testimony to our resolve to doing things differently as a government. This administration has zero tolerance for shoddy jobs or the kickback culture that enables them. Project terms are clearly defined, and once costs are agreed, nothing below the agreed specification is ever acceptable. This afternoon, we can see for ourselves that we build to last. Without exaggeration, we can assure that a long stretch of road starting from Umuahia to Abia will serve motorists and a broad category of users for decades to come. By completing this project, we have not just shortened travel time for drivers and commuters coming into Umuahia from communities within Abia, Chende, Isikwado, and Umuahia North. We have also cut down risks of accidents, security threats, and transport costs for scores of thousands of individuals and families. Anyone living or doing business along this axis can now travel safely to Umuahia and other urban centers within and outside the state at any time of the day or night, unafraid of harassment by criminal elements who took advantage of the vast state and the darkness of the road in the past to wreak havoc on innocent travelers. As the Honorable Commissioner for Works in Kidyaton, Cheroti, and other very important stakeholders noted in their separate remarks, the completion of this road now guarantees speedy and safe transportation of agro produce from our agrarian community to the urban center, thereby causing cost of food items while empowering farmers economically. This road will ultimately unleash the wholesale economic potential of this part of the state by making farming attractive to a new generation of young people, support job creation, and ultimately give a big blow on the menace of poverty in many communities. It's also instructive to underscore the point made by Magandigo, Senator representing the Abia South Senatorial Zone, Senator Abiriba, that a lot of our compatriots who populate Abia and Umuahia are from this part of the town and would like to visit home virtually every weekend. We have made that possible. By rebuilding strategic public infrastructure such as this, we are actively eliminating the barriers that stunted the productivity of our people for decades. Never again will farmers suffer avoidable losses on account of bad growth or inability to push their products to the urban markets where they attract higher returns. The good news is that there can be no excess supply of agricultural produce in the market because of the exploding population of our metropolitan communities. Individuals and families are relocating to Abia in record numbers, owing to the steady improvements in our stock of urban infrastructure, security of lives and property, and our friendly disposition to business. We are more than glad to welcome as many as are willing to tap into the new opportunities that are emerging in the state. Once you can add value to the economic and social realities of our communities, you are welcome. We recently launched several public-private partnership initiatives to significantly extend the boundaries of our urban corridors through investments in real estate, public utilities, and transport networks. Our long-term goal is to build a large urban sprawl that will close the boundaries between Umuahia and Ben, and beyond, Umuahia and parts of Isialamba, and then Abia and the remaining part of Isialamba, Uzoakoli, Abiriba, and Abia. Umuahia, our third urban corridor, will cater to the remaining part of Abia North. The development framework we are pursuing will see communities in all parts of the state organized at an unprecedented rate, creating opportunities for millions of people along the way. So what we are saying here is that we are transporting urbanization to the rural areas so that people can live in their communities and enjoy the good life of the urban communities, and also their economic activities will be enhanced. Our plans may be ambitious, but not unrealistic. And that's why we have remained focused and dedicated to our development-centered governance agenda. We are committed to prudent use of public resources, which explains why we have financed all our projects, and I'm saying all our projects, without borrowing a dime as at this moment.
Abia, like I had mentioned before, is welcoming to anyone who is capable of adding value to our economy. We shall, however, invoke the full machinery of the law to deal decisively with anyone whose actions threaten our economic prospects or damage the enterprise of our hardworking men and women. Some people who had tested our way in the past can confirm that they didn't and have not found it easy. That is, if they are alive to tell the story. Over the next few months, we shall commission more roads along this corridor, including the Umuahia Road, Uzoakoli Road, Umuahia Road, and of course, Section 3 of this road, which shall be completed in the next few weeks. As the Commissioner for Works rightly mentioned, we are not just building roads, we are opening up communities, creating opportunities, and giving our people confidence to dream again. With your support, we shall see greater things across the state in the next 26 months. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to announce that the government have decided to name this road after a great son of the land, one that made us proud in his lifetime, a man described as Mr. Insurance, Professor Joe Irubu of the blessed memory. This road will henceforth be called Joe Irubu Way, in honor of Ugu, as he was fondly called. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you for being part of this commissioning today. Thank you, the traditional rulers, for honoring us. Thank the clergymen, the bishops that found time to be with us, the villagers, Labour Party enthusiasts and supporters, the men and women of Bende, particularly, and the other 3 local governments or 4 local governments I want to thank you. I want to thank our father, President Olusegun Obasanjo, for coming to commission this road. And it is on this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that I would like to invite everyone who have been pre-assigned to please join us as we step forward and go and declare the road open for public use. Thank you very much. God bless you.
The announcement of economic activity and life. Everybody that will make use of this road. Commit you all to make this road accident-free. People will be making use of we dedicate the glory and honor of God Almighty. In the name of the Father, amen, of the Son, amen, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Wow, wow, wow!